Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so today we're doing something a little bit different. We're stepping completely away from our familiar everyday world and heading out into the freezing, dark corners of space. We are about to unravel a massive mystery, like a literal revealing of a mystery, sitting right in our own cosmic backyard. It's the kind of authentic discovery that completely challenges what we think we know about our own neighborhood. Because while we think we know our solar system, right? But the deeper we look, the more we realize just how much is hiding in the shadows.
I really want you to think about this for a second. What if I told you that right now, hiding in a dark, distant corner of our very own solar system, there is something absolutely massive. Something so huge that finding it would fundamentally change how we see our place in the universe. Seriously, right now as we speak, NASA and top astronomers around the globe are actively hunting for this incredible hidden secret. And honestly, once you hear about the clues they're following, your entire perception of reality might just shift. The cosmos is definitely not as settled as our old science textbooks suggest.
Section 1. The Solar System's Secret. Okay, let's dive into this. So to really understand this mystery, we've got to start with what we know for an absolute fact. 8. There are exactly 8 confirmed planets revolving around our sun. I mean, from the scorching heat of Mercury all the way out to the freezing, windy storms of Neptune, these are the worlds we've successfully mapped, studied, and observed for decades. Through our telescopes and space probes, humanity has painstakingly charted these 8 distinct bodies. They're basically the bedrock of our cosmic reality, the undisputed planetary family we all learn about as kids. But here is the absolute core of our dilemma. On one hand, we have our mapped reality, those 8 confirmed, well-behaved planets following perfectly predictable mathematical paths. But on the exact opposite side of that equation, we have what the scientific community now heavily suspects. One massive, unseen planet quietly orbiting in the absolute dark. It's a totally mind-bending concept. Based on everything we know about physics and gravity, researchers believe a giant world, potentially way bigger than Earth, is out there, silently making this massive, elongated orbit around the sun, and yet it hasn't been directly seen by even our most powerful telescopes. Section 2. Ghost of PlanetNine. Let's look at the clues. So what exactly is this phantom we're chasing? Well, scientists define PlanetNine as a massive, hypothesized but currently invisible planet believed to exist in the extreme far reaches of our solar system. And honestly, I find this absolutely fascinating. I mean, how do brilliant astronomers track something they can't even see? It's literally like hunting a ghost. They do it by meticulously looking for the shadows it casts in the deep dark of space. Instead of looking directly at the planet, they look at the neighborhood around it, searching for signs of a massive gravitational bully that's hiding just out of sight and messing with everything nearby. And here's where the real detective work comes in. Astronomers don't just guess, they follow the evidence. Step 1, they observe distant asteroids and small ice-covered objects floating way out in the freezing outer edges of our system. Step 2, they track their highly unusual movements. See, these icy rocks aren't moving randomly. They're being pulled, stretched, and clustered together in a very specific way. Something big is orchestrating this. And step 3, from those movements, scientists deduce the gravitational pull of a massive, invisible planet. It's exactly like seeing deep footprints in fresh snow. You don't see the person walking, but by studying the tracks, you know someone heavy just walked past. Those highly unusual movements are our gravitational breadcrumbs, the undeniable proof pointing to this unseen giant. But here's the crazy part. Despite all these incredibly compelling gravitational clues, and despite the complex math that pretty much demands this thing exists to make those icy rocks behave the way they do, nobody has ever actually laid eyes on it. The invisible giant remains completely unseen by human eyes. It's this monumental missing puzzle piece just sitting out there in the dark. Because it's so incredibly far from the sun, any sunlight that reaches it is unbelievably faint, which makes it almost impossible to spot against the bright backdrop of the Milky Way. It really is a ghost in our own backyard. Section 3. Trillions of stars beyond. Now, let's take a second and completely shift our scale. Trillions. Just let the sheer, staggering volume of that number wash over you. Outside of our little solar system, the scale of the universe is just mind-blowing. There are trillions upon trillions of stars scattered across endless galaxies. And the most incredible realization of modern astronomy is that we now know so many of these distant stars host their very own orbiting planets. For the longest time, we thought our solar system might be this unique, one-off thing. Now, we know planetary systems are everywhere.
rocky worlds, gas giants, and icy spheres orbiting foreign suns all across the cosmos. It's a scale that's almost impossible for the human brain to fully comprehend, but it paints a picture of a space that is teeming with potential.
Section 4. Are we truly alone? Which brings us to a heavy existential question. Are we alone in this vast universe? I mean, when you really absorb the reality of those trillions of stars and all the infinite mysteries floating out there, you just have to wonder. Think about it. If our own small, familiar cosmic neighborhood can completely hide a massive, fundamental secret like a giant undetected planet, then the broader, nearly infinite universe must hold mysteries that are exponentially greater. Is it possible that right now, on some distant, entirely alien planet, someone exactly like us is looking up at their night sky asking this exact same question? You know, humanity works so tirelessly to peel back the layers and mysteries of space, but every single answer we get just reveals a dozen new questions. The process of authentic discovery is never truly finished. Whether it's the local hunt for the ghost of PlanetNine pulling on icy rocks, or the grand, sweeping search for life among trillions of distant stars, our absolute biggest discovery still awaits us out there in the dark. Every time we build a better telescope or launch a new probe, we aren't just looking for answers, we are mapping the very frontier of human curiosity.
So, I've got to ask you, do you believe we are not alone in space? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I really want to get a conversation going about what you think is hiding out there in the vastness of the cosmos. If you want to keep exploring the most fascinating mysteries of the universe with us, make sure to hit subscribe and like this explainer. Until next time, keep looking up and keep questioning our reality.